Okay, well, let's go ahead and get started, and maybe we'll get some more students that are gonna sign
Hello.
in. So anyway, well, how's everybody doing? What's going on in the world?
Coronavirus, all this nasty shit,
What, G-rated here.
and nasty stuff.
All right. So, well, tell me what your new normal is, guys.
Work from noon to about 10 o'clock every night.
Where are you working at?
The Frozen Elephant.
Really?
Oh yeah, I saw
Because
you
they
a
have
few times there.
drive-through, I guess, huh?
Yeah,
That's more like a stand.
open. You just can't sit on the furniture out front.
I see. You just hand it to them. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. All right, Fernanda, what are you up to?
Peeling an orange.
You what?
I'm just peeling an orange.
She's peeling an orange.
Yeah.
Oh, peeling an orange. Okay, I was like, what? All right.
I'll be right
well,
back.
That's
I'm gonna
good.
go
I
grab a
normal
juice.
stuff is.
Supposed to
Diane, what?
have,
What, Fernanda?
I'm supposed to clean up the house, mopping, vacuum, and do the dishes,
Yeah.
so I can help my mom. Because my brother has autistic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And little sibling keeps wandering around.
Just helping around the house, huh?
Yeah.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
All right, Curtis, what have you been up to?
Not much, but my uncle's been coming over. Hey, Mom, how often do you think Uncle Gary's been coming over?
A lot, and you've been helping a lot around the house.
Yeah. I've been helping around. Oh, sorry. I've been helping around the house a lot, and my Uncle Gary's been coming over 3 or 4 nights a week.
Okay. All right. Well, Cyan, what have you been up to? You're muted. You'll have to unmute. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of cleaning and a lot of training the dogs.
Training the dogs, huh?
Dogs cleaning, keeping my siblings from strangling each other.
Well, that I'm sure is a big project, huh? Well, that's good then. Okay. Ace, what have you been up to?
Just working.
You what?
Just working.
Just working? Where are you working at?
Goodfellas.
At Goodfellas? All right. So you guys are you doing just pick up?
No, we have to do curbside, so we got to take it out there in the pouring rain.
Curbside. Okay. All right. Everybody's getting creative, aren't they?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Jaden, what have you been up to?
Well, not a whole lot. Just entertain myself. Been writing, drawing a lot.
Yeah.
Last night we played D&D.
Okay.
I got banished a dragon to another plane.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that sounds good. All right. Jill, can you hear me?
I hope it works.
Yeah, I hear you. So
All
what have
right.
you been up to, girl?
Drawing and sleeping.
Okay. Well, that's all right. Have you been working
Training.
any?
I don't know when they told me to stop working. I think it was around March 27th.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, that's kind of the word we've been getting too, as far as the OJT stuff. So that's probably about right then. Well, all right. Kevin, what have you been up to?
I've just been getting some work done around the house, trying to stay indoors away from everything else.
Okay. And Anthony, how's it going over there? Can you hear me? All right. Well, we'll come back to Anthony in a little bit then. Okay. Well, so all right. So here's our Zoom class for now, I guess. But I'm hoping that we'll get some other students that can join in. And
Have you heard from Seth?
I did. He messaged me on Remind yesterday. So he's working right now, so he couldn't join our group, but he'll watch this recorded maybe later today. Okay. So
Let's do what about Sid?
one of the things we should probably talk about is how to keep a lot of feedback noise. So if you'll mute your mic unless you get ready to talk, I think it helps with some feedback noise. So anyway, if you'll, you guys see that down in, if you're on a computer, it's down in the bottom left. And if you'll click where that says mute, then you'll see a little microphone with a line through it. You guys see that? Yep. Okay. Looking good. Looking good. Okay. Well, I appreciate you guys tuning in. I know this is going to be a little different than the way that we're used to doing things, but I appreciate you making the effort to be here, because I know everybody's got stuff that they're doing out there in the world. So so well, how about does anybody have anything they want to ask or know, or a problem or anything I can help you with?
And what about the assignment that's due on the 3rd? What we're going to do about that?
We're going to talk about that next, Kevin, or not next, but it's coming up. So thanks for being on top of that. All right, what else?
Has anyone heard how Sid's doing?
Well, I've talked to her a couple of times just through Remind, and she's doing okay.
Good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anything else?
It's going to be crazy for the next 3 months or so.
Yeah, but everything's going to be okay. We're going to get through this, and we're going to learn how to do some new stuff, and it will definitely be interesting. I will say that. Okay. Well, hey, NTHS members, let's see, Cyan, here are my other, if you're an NTHS member, I talked to Mrs. Hampton a couple days ago, and she is snail mailing your cords, your honor cords. And so I don't know what your graduation situation is going to look like as far as the ceremony goes, but we wanted you to have those. And I think our very last meeting, we're going to have a little culinary graduation, so maybe you can wear your gown then and have your cords on or whatever, and we'll try to make something work, so at least you get to have a little bit of fun with them. Okay, so anyway, but those, you should be getting those in the mail. If you don't get them in like the next week or so, if you let me know, we'll check on those. But she's mailed those a couple days ago now. Okay. All right. OJT questions for you guys that are year 2 people, if you're in food service management. So we can't do that now. So if you haven't already done that, if you're a year 2 student, you will not be able to do that this year. And so we'll have to have some alternate way for you to fulfill that particular credit. And so we're working on that right now. And I'll just be getting with you guys individually and telling you kind of what we need you to do. Okay, does that work? You're 2 people. All right, adult students on Pell. If you're on Pell, you know who you are. We will be sending you out a time log. I'll just email it to you, and then you'll need to keep track of for your Pell distributions, your hours that you're working on this class. Like while we're doing this Zoom chat, you can keep track of your time for this. and any time you spend on your schoolwork. So we'll keep track of all of that, but I'll email that to the folks that applies to, okay? All right, now everybody, we're supposed to, besides our regular Zoom class, we're supposed to have an individual check-in with each student once a week. And I know that you guys have some stuff going on in the world, so tell me, I'm gonna give you some choices and you tell me kind of, let's discuss what might work best for us. So is everybody doing okay on the Remind app? Are you getting my communications and it's okay that way?
Yes.
We can check in that way. Like I can send out a once a week, hey, how you doing? And just individually. We can Marco Polo. Do you guys know about Marco Polo? Yes. I'm learning
Something
tips, so.
if this doesn't work.
Huh?
It's something if this doesn't work.
Yeah, and it's like where I can record something, and then when you have time, you can answer it, and then that way we can communicate, but it might not be in real time like this is. What do you think? It might be a thought anyway. So or even email, as long as we're communicating. But I want you guys to think about it. And you can, if you want to send me a remind individually, or if you want to send me an email and tell me what the best way to communicate with you is individually, because I want to make it as painless as possible, but we still have to be able to check in with each other, okay? So you guys be thinking about that. So your first assignment is to decide how you want you and I to communicate, okay? And,
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
So on Remind, can you tell who we are?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I can. And we are recording, so, and then we'll post this in Moodle, so the folks that aren't with us now can watch this later. Okay. So yeah, so don't remember we're G-rated. Yes, Ace. I think, are you muted? Let me see you here. All right. Yeah.
Miss you.
Talk
you have
up.
to get closer.
Yeah.
Mendez, I miss you.
Yeah, he never did come on here, so I don't know about him. We'll have to see what to do about that. Okay. So let's see what else we got here.
Can I
So
say
you guys
something
be
to all
thinking
y'all?
about how you're going. What'd you say?
Can I say something to all of y'all?
Well, let's why don't we have a visit at the end when we get through with all this? Otherwise, we're going to be on here forever.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. All right, so so you guys decide how you want to communicate with me, and either remind me or email me and tell me how that's going to be. Okay. So here's some other things that I had a staff meeting this morning with Dr. Shoemaker and the other teachers. And one of the things that we're having to figure out is how to communicate with everybody. But we need your participation so that we can finish out this school year. And so your participation is critical to your grade. And so I'm going to try to keep it as simple as possible and make it as easy as I can. Okay. So hopefully you've been keeping up all along and you're already in good shape. And so it shouldn't be a problem. But we'll be kind of talking individually about that, but hopefully we can just get everybody through this and we'll be good to go. Okay. Questions about that, anybody? Okay. Did everybody get in my email? Did everybody get our distance learning plan, like our weekly schedule when we're going to meet and stuff like that? Did everybody get that in the email?
I did not.
After we meet, I'll check.
Okay.
It's on Moodle, right?
Yes, but I emailed you like the times when we're going to meet and what the lesson's going to be about, but it's also, yes, on Moodle. Okay. So anyway, just want you to mark your calendars because Tuesdays at 10 is when we're going to start having our meetings. Okay. And I know that some of you guys may be working during that time. And I mean, I just had to pick a time. And so if you can't be with us live, then you can watch the recording later. Yes, Ace.
How do we check all that on Moodle? Because I was trying to find all that on Moodle and I couldn't.
Do you have your log on and everything on Moodle?
Yeah.
Okay.
But, like, where do we go?
Everything, I've moved everything to the Sandbox.
That's what
So
I
it's
thought.
under Sandbox, okay? And if you can locate Sandbox, then you'll find it, okay? And if you have any trouble with that, let me know, okay?
All right.
So let's see. Your portfolios, I think most of you guys had portfolios in Mrs. Bronte's room, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of you guys had a lot of things saved on flash drives in your folder, right? Yes, no. Yes, I think you did. Okay. Well, here's my plan. I'm hoping within the next bit, Mrs. Bronte is going to be able to upload those things that you have on your flash drives that pertain to your portfolio, so that we can kind of recreate kind of a digital version of that. Some of you guys may have saved that other places besides that flash drive. If you did, that's a good thing. If you didn't, then we'll have to figure that out again. But anyway, she's going to be sending those things, and we'll kind of move forward with that. Okay. How's everybody doing on ways to communicate with us? Like, does everybody have a device that's going to be capable of doing Moodle?
Think so.
Okay. Okay. We have at school, if you need it, we can get you a laptop and we can check one out to you. And we also, if you have a lower speed internet, if you're having trouble getting the video portion, some of you guys may just have to listen to this audio for now. We can get you a hotspot to kind of speed things up a little bit. But I just need to know if that's your problem. Let me know, and I will see what we can do to help that along, okay? Because we want you to be able to sign in if you need to, okay? Hang on just a second. I got Stephanie calling me here. Yes, ma'am.
Hey, is that assignments that we're doing, is the Sandbox?
Yep, we're on Zoom right now. Do you want to join the meeting?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, let's do that, please.
All right.
Thank
bye.
you. All right. So Moodle. So does everybody have their password and know how to get on Moodle? Yes.
Yeah, I'm actually on Moodle right now.
Huh?
Actually, on Moodle right now.
You're on Moodle right now?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay.
So it's trying to get the Sandbox thing.
So good. So everything's in Sandbox. And this first go round, there's an assignment on there. And after I put it on there, I kind of got to thinking about it. And I think I put a due date of Friday, tomorrow on it, but it's a pretty small assignment. So do the best you can on it. I know that it's kind of a, I just wanted to kind of see everybody's check on everybody's ability to get information to me, and so that's kind of more the reason why I'm doing it, as opposed to trying to give you guys a grade on it at this point. But anyways, just send me something, and I just want to see that you can get on Moodle.
Yeah.
So there's also a video and there's a recipe on there, which we're going to talk about here in a minute. Have you guys been on there yet and looked at it?
Moodle?
Uh-huh.
I can't get in my Sandbox. It says I'm not enrolled.
You're not in the Sandbox, okay?
Click on profile. I can walk you through this.
Like, I literally get to the point where it says,
you just click on profile in your Moodle, and then it brings the thing. Click on Sandbox once you stay on the list.
I am at the Sandbox thing.
And there's a little latest news things, the upcoming events, recent activity.
Okay, did everybody get to the sandbox at once, at some point?
So they need the enrollment key.
Oh, you need to get enrolled then. Okay, I'll put
Told.
you on there, Tommy. It'll be after the meeting though, okay?
Okay.
All right, has anybody else, has everybody at least tried to get on there?
I
There's
have
no-
not tried
You've not
because I
tried?
forgot my stuff. You know,
Okay.
my username and password.
Okay, if that's you, if you do not know what your username and password are, if you will just message me or email me, I will send that to you individually, since those are things we kind of want to keep individual. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So let's see. Any questions about Moodle then? I'm going to put the recording of each one of our Zooms on there. So like I said before, if you are unable to join us live, then you can at least go back and watch the recorded message. Okay. Hey, Sid.
Hey, Sid.
Let's see. What type of, are you all on? Yes, ma'am. Yes, Abby.
Never mind, I can wait.
What's that?
I was gonna ask, like, how long should we, like, expect for a meeting later on to last?
Well, I'm hoping we'll get in and out pretty fast. We kind of had a lot to talk about this time, but
Right.
I mean, I'm thinking an hour-ish. I mean, I don't want to keep you guys just hanging on forever. And I mean, if we run out of stuff to say, we'll stop.
Okay.
So, but I'll stay on. I'll be the last one to leave. So if you have something that you want to talk to me about, after, then I'll be glad to stick around. And you guys know you can always message me or whatever if you have questions.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Sounds good.
Hey, Sid. All
Hey,
right. So
sorry I was kind of late. I was at Family Dollar and it held me up unexpectedly with the whole thing going on. So I was able to get here early.
okay. All right. So here is, oh, my Siri's going crazy. She thinks I'm talking to her, I guess. All right. How about your access to things like Netflix and stuff like that? Or do you guys have a way that you could watch a movie? If I have a
And I
do you have a way that you guys could watch a movie?
Got Netflix, Hulu.
Yeah, like a Netflix movie. Could you do that?
Yeah, I can.
Does everybody have access to that?
I do at least.
I have to know what the movie is.
Okay. Next week we're gonna talk about French cuisine, and one of the things I want us to do is watch the movie Julie and Julia. But I don't want to give an assignment that folks don't have any way to watch it. So if you don't, I'm going to try to figure out a way to do a link, maybe, I don't know, but if you guys can if you have it on Netflix or another resource.
Here after the meeting, I'll check to see if our site has it. But if it
Okay. So anyway, just check. You guys can email me separately, and we'll try to figure it out. Okay. Yeah, I see some of you guys don't have Netflix, and I knew that was going to be something we'd have to check on. But I'll try to come up with a different way to get that information to you. So we'll circle back around to that. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna try to move on to a brief lesson, and I'm gonna try something new because this is kind of a trial run today. So I've got a recipe that I want to share with you guys. So can everybody see that? Can you guys see the recipe that's up here?
Yeah, I can see it.
that's all.
Fantastic.
Anna.
Okay,
I
so
can see.
this, I put this out
Yep.
on Moodle in the sandbox. And so you guys can have access to this. Okay. So let's see, where's my recipe? So let's talk about yeast bread for a minute. You guys remember when we did some yeast bread things
Yeah, that was
kind of throughout the school year? Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
multiple times. Yes.
Whenever look at this recipe, guys, and look at the ingredients. Everybody see where those ingredients are? We're under where it says buns. You guys see
yeah.
that? Everybody see that? Okay. Tell me, from looking at those ingredients, is this a lean dough or a rich dough?
Rich.
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 Guys, rich.
They said rich, so I'm gonna say rich.
Okay. And what,
I presume.
those of you guys that said rich dough, what makes it, why do you think it's a rich dough?
The butter / margarine that's in the dough.
And one other ingredient.
And the sugar?
And the sugar.
I think I heard it.
Sugar.
And the sugar.
Okay. Egg.
Oh, egg. Yeah.
Egg,
Oh.
yeah. So it's a rich dough. Okay. And so it'll be fairly tender, which is a good thing. Okay. So let's look at some more ingredients here. See where it says milk?
Duh.
So, you know, when you're baking things, you can use, you don't have to just use milk out of the just regular old milk. You could use powdered milk, or you could use canned milk. And so in kind of times like this, sometimes it pays to have some other things that you can be creative with. So you know, powdered milk is something that is shelf stable that you can keep for a really long time. And canned milk is the same way. And both of those are really good for baking. So, all right, so let's look down here where it says yeast. Has anybody tried to go to the store lately? Have you been to the store, anybody?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so for about the last probably 2 or 3 weeks, I've tried to buy flour and I've tried to buy yeast, and there hasn't been any in the store, and there's still not, which is really weird. But anyway, those are things, you know, if you have yeast and flour, you can make a lot of different things. And so I think that's probably what people were thinking whenever they went to the store. They were trying to get as much of it as possible. But anyway, I had some at school, so I went out there a couple days ago and got some. So anyway, but yeast is, remember, that's a living organism, right?
Yeah.
And it is designed as leavening. You guys remember that word leavening?
No.
No. Leavening agents are things that make your dough rise, right? So things like baking soda and baking powder and yeast, those are all things that create carbon dioxide in your batter or your dough, and that's what makes them puffy, right? Yeah. All right, and let's look down a little bit further here. See where it says eggs? So, and it says beaten. Do you know why we beat eggs a little bit before we put them into our mixture? Anybody?
You told us. I know that much. I just can't remember why.
It's
I don't even know.
bonds.
It helps it to incorporate. Helps it incorporate a little bit faster. And that could be really important for things like cakes. You know, if you overmix cakes, what happens to the cake?
Falls.
It gets tough because you're developing the gluten.
I'm wrong on all of these.
No, but I appreciate that you are participating, girly. You're doing great. Thank you for your answers. Okay, so let's page down here a little bit further. See where it says egg wash?
Duh.
Okay, so what does an egg wash do to bread?
Makes the crust brown.
It
Browns
does.
the crust better.
It
Emily?
browns. It does some other things too. Anybody?
I forget.
To make it shiny?
Yeah, that
Oh,
was.
yeah.
makes it shiny. And you know, you can also use it as glue. Think about, you know, when you're doing a pie crust, for instance, you can use it to glue the pie dough together or to glue it to the top of the pie. Okay, so pretty useful. And then here's one last question for you. What's the difference between glaze and frosting?
Glaze is thinner than frosting,
Yeah.
and frosting is usually reserved for cakes.
Okay. What are some ingredient differences?
Usually there's more fat in frosting than in glazes.
Very good. That's exactly right, Tommy. So usually in a frosting, it usually has either butter or Crisco maybe. So it has some kind of fat that is making it thicker probably. And then a glaze usually is either water or milk and powdered sugar that's fairly thin, that's probably a pourable texture, right?
Yep. Thank you. Good eats.
Very good. Very good. Okay, let's look down here where we're talking about yeast for just a minute. So what's that magic number that we look for whenever we are heating up liquid to activate our yeast?
110.
Yay! Good work. So 110, that's exactly right. So if we don't get it warm enough, what happens?
The yeast won't come alive. Won't wake up.
Yeah, it's maybe slow.
Yeah.
Slow waking up, so we don't get the desired effect, right?
Mm-hmm.
What
if it's too cold?
What if we
if
get
it's
it
too hot? It does.
Yeah, kills the yeast.
It kills the yeast, or it may cause it to try to work really fast, and so we may get some really uneven results too. So several things could happen there, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So it says we're going to mix this or knead it in the mixer for about 8 minutes. And so why are we doing it? That seems like a really long time.
To put up the gluten.
Mm-hmm. So because that's the thing that makes bread stretchy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep. Yep, exactly right. So, and then in that next paragraph right here, it says we are going to let it rise. So that's where that yeast is kind of doing its job, isn't it? Okay, so the carbon dioxide that yeast is producing is making it bubbly. Okay. All right, so that's the recipe of the week, and I put a demo on Moodle, and you guys can go in there and watch me make it, which is a little scary, but anyway, I promise my videos will get better. But anyway, but I did learn how to film, and I did learn how to edit, and so
that's awesome. That's a difficult thing to learn. Honestly,
so we're learning here, and we'll learn together too, because it's okay. But I put you a little assignment on there. Just I want you guys to check out your favorite kitchen utensil, and your assignment is to kind of show and tell it. And you can do I'm kind of learning here, but like a TikTok, like a 30-second TikTok about your favorite kitchen utensil. If you want to do I don't know, can you figure out a way to do a Snapchat with that, or maybe like an Instagram movie or something like that, or a video Instagram, something like that, and send it to me. Or if you can wanna just take a picture of it and email it to me, or send it to me on Remind. I'm not going to be picky how I get those things, because I know that we're all just trying to figure out how to make it work. Okay. So but anyway, I just want to see this time, just to see how we're getting things kind of back and forth to each other, what the best way to do that is. Okay. Can tell me what you need to be able to do that. I'm going to go back to just our regular there. Hi, everybody. So tell me what you need to be able to get that assignment to me.
No, really, I could just an hour.
Honestly, for me,
I'm
it
gonna
just
try and get
depends
mine.
what I can do.
Pardon?
What?
All right, maybe I'll have to call it on individually because it's hard to, it's hard to, okay. So, all right, Tommy, what can you, what do you think? How will you?
Might just take a picture of it once this is over, send it to you.
Okay, all right.
You
And
know.
there's some other things that go along with just besides the picture though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
like-
get on there and look because it asks for several things just besides the picture of it, okay? All
Yeah,
right.
like, why?
I'm holding my favorite.
Okay, Abby, what will you do?
I mean, like, I have everything here to be able to like send in stuff.
Okay. All right.
And like I can make a video. That wouldn't be,
Okay,
I can figure it out.
fantastic. That'll be perfect. Okay. Fernanda
Yeah.
can make something work. Okay, because you could even you know, draw something, answer the questions and take a picture of it and then just text it to me. I mean, that would work too. Okay, so everybody kind of getting ideas on how they can do it. So some of you
Yep.
guys are pretty creative. If you want to, like I said, we can figure out a TikTok. If you want to do it, get 30 seconds. You'd have to get it all in there fast, but it could be kind of cute. So, but be creative. I know you can do that, right?
Yep, you sure can be creative.
Yes, I know you can. Okay. All right.
Yep.
Let's see. I think we're about to get through here. So, anybody have any questions or anything they want to talk about or to know?
What's going to happen in the event of severe weather?
Well, you wherever you're at, you're going to need to keep yourself safe. So if it's bad weather where you're at, you will need to do what's best for you then. Okay. So, but we'll record if you're not able to join us live. We'll record this and we'll post it so you can watch it later. Okay. Yes, ma'am, Abby.
Okay, so I may or may not have just forgotten my question. I'll think of it.
We'll circle back. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Who else has a question?
So what can I do?
We were just asking if you had any questions, Fernanda, or anything that you were wondering what to do.
I just can't find a thing on Moodle.
It's in the sandbox. Look for sandbox. All right, Abby, what was your question?
Okay, so are you gonna have like specific like turn-in days for assignments and stuff?
Yes. If you'll look at that that distance learning plan, it should be in an email that I sent. That'll all be on there. It has the days and the times, and whenever you get on Moodle, it'll tell you what the assignment is and when it's due also. So you kind of have two reminders there.
Okay, so like for Moodle, is it the same? Because it's not the same type of stuff that we were doing. It's like you made questions, right?
Right. Yeah, we threw our books out the window. So we're not doing the book thing anymore. So we only are going to meet like six times, and so we're really having to abbreviate things, and we're just trying to make it work and get through the rest of the year. And so yeah, it'll be my plan is you'll have a recipe, you'll see some kind of a demo from me on there, as weird as it'll be, but anyway, it'll be on there. I'm just trying not to make too much fun of your poor teacher that is trying really hard. So, but I want to keep it as fun as possible, but still you have to do a little bit of work and get through it. Okay. So anyway, but individually, if you guys are having trouble getting on Moodle, if you will message me on Remind, I will email you the login information that you need to be able to do that. Okay. Has everybody tried to get on Moodle? It's in Sandbox right now. It's not like it was before.
I got on.
Okay.
I haven't tried yet.
All right. Well, if you have trouble, you let me know, and I'll help you. Okay.
Can I like send it in as a Google Docs, or do I have to do a video?
You can, let's see, your Google Docs will come to me in an email, I think. So yes, you can Google Docs.
All right.
Okay. Yes, Abby.
Okay, so are you going to let us know when they pick days for us to come back to school, or are we like telling you days that are best for us?
That is an excellent question and something I forgot to mention. If you have personal items at school that you would like back before we go back to school in August, if you will send me a remind message, I think some of you guys already have, but if you'll send me a remind message and tell me what you need to get or that you need to get something, we are setting up days now. It's looking right now tentatively about April 10th is that day. So if you can kind of pencil that in your schedule, if you need to get some personal things out of your locker, we are letting, I'm not sure what that's going to look like, if we'll have your things for you and you'll just kind of do the drive-by and we'll hand them to you, or what that's going to look like yet. But we've been talking about it in our staff meeting, anyway, it's being talked about and we're working on it, but we are looking at probably April 10th. Also, those of you all that mentioned you may need a computer or a hotspot, those things are also going to be available. We're thinking about April 10th as well. And so how that'll work is probably going to be that drive-by situation that we talked about, okay? So I know we're just figuring it out. So any other questions along that line?
What do we do if we're near the completion of the Moodle from before this happened? Or how are they going to disinfect the school or something so everyone can come back after this pandemic is over?
Okay, those are, I guess that's two questions. If you have already done your OJT, which I have a few of you guys that have, we're going to look at your work that you've completed up till now. And if you had most of your Moodle stuff done, we may just go ahead and graduate you. The rest of you guys, if you haven't done your OJT yet, we still have to have something to put on your transcript in that slot, and so we'll have an activity for you to do. The part, your second question about disinfecting the school, we have had our custodial staff have been at school, well, even through spring break, and they've been wiping everything down. They've been sanitizing everything, and there really hasn't been, other than just the cleaning crews, there really hasn't been anybody at school. There might have been just some people picking up things, but it maybe is one or two people, and so there really hasn't been much of a population since spring break. So we're hoping that is going to be to our benefit too. And you know, we really don't know what August is going to look like at this point, whether we'll be having school like this or if we'll be back in our building. But either way, we'll make it work.
That's awesome. It's better to try to make it work and do nothing about it.
Yeah, we're just figuring it out, but we'll get better every time we do it, right? Yeah. Okay. So what else, guys?
What about the certification tests that's not year 2 can take?
Oh, that's an excellent question. Your certification tests, just like the textbook, have gone out the window this year. And so the State Department of Education has suspended all of that kind of testing, like end of instruction testing, for this school year. And so those of you guys that are coming back next year, you will have the opportunity to take the year 1 test at that time if you want to, or if you are leaving us and want to try to take it, you can, we'll schedule that next year and you can take 1 and 2, whatever you want to do. So you'll still have an opportunity to do it, just not this year. Those are good questions, Kevin. What else?
What are we supposed to do if this communication becomes impossible because of the situation that's developing?
What are we, what?
What are we supposed to do with this forward communication becomes impossible, like due to circumstances that are outside our control?
Okay. Well, if for some reason you can't get on your internet, we're recording these, and so we'll put them on Moodle so that when you're able, you can get back on there. As long as you have cell service, you can always send me a remind message. Just as long as we're communicating and you're getting your assignments in, we should be just fine, okay? All right, what else, guys? Nothing else? All right. Okay. Well, I'm gonna. I guess we can probably end here then for today. And I'm gonna stay on here. So if anybody has anything, if they want to talk to me about, I'm gonna hang out here. But if nobody else has anything they want to talk about, then I will not torture you further.
You have a good day, Miss P.
Okay, thank you. You too, Sid.
Oh, well, it's gonna spend it with the cat.
Okay, bye, Sid.
Miss P.
Bye, Abby.
Abby.
Could you please email me that?
Did I what?
Could you please email me that buns recipe?
The what recipe?
The recipe you were showing earlier.
Oh, it is on Moodle.
Okay.
Joe.
Did you get on Moodle, Curtis?
Bye, Joe.
Did you get on Moodle yet, Curtis?
Not yet. I forgot all my login info.
Okay, I'll send you the Moodle info, okay?
Thank
You
you.
need Moodle info? Okay, all right. I'll fix that for you, Curtis. I'll do it here in just a minute, okay, honey?
Thank you.
You're welcome, hon. All right, what else, guys?
Bye, Miss Jill.
Was the job shadow what we were talking about earlier?
Yeah. The
Okay.
job shadow, it's kind of like OJT. It's out the window.
Okay.
But what we are going to do, Jaden, is we're going to get your portfolio stuff from Mrs. Ferranti, and we'll see kind of where you're at. And I'll probably just have you do like a career investigation that you can add to that, and then just email it to me. I mean, at this point, I don't know what else we can, because getting a job shadow at this, right now is probably going to be impossible. So anyway, we'll just try to come up with something that'll work. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
All right. You bet. Okay. Anybody else? Anything else?
Yeah. Still not in the sandbox.
What's that, hon?
I'm still not in sandbox.
I haven't stopped to put you in it yet, so I'll have to, when I get off of here, I'll put you in it. Okay, honey?
Then you were talking about like how I was gonna contact you next time.
Pardon me?
Remember, like during the beginning, you were wondering how we're gonna talk.
Yep.
Like you talk about the stay afterwards.
Yeah, if you wanna stay after, then that'd be great. Yeah, we'll just hang out here. Oh, yes, Anthony.
So where's all of our assignment, like the paper, at least thing that shows us all our assignments throughout the week?
Mm-hmm. It is
Have one of those?
Yeah, it's on Moodle, and it's in Sandbox.
Sandbox,
Are
okay.
Okay. Do you remember your sign-on information for Moodle?
Yes.
Okay.
Also, I fear the school let us borrow computers,
Yes.
so I don't think I need one anymore.
Fantastic. Okay. Very good.
Thank you, though.
Of course. Yes. Okay. All right. What else? Fernanda, you doing okay?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Tommy, I'm gonna get on there and add you into Sandbox, okay? And
Yeah.
I'm gonna send you an email because I got a little bit of stuff information I need from you. And that way we can make sure you're signed up for everything, okay?
Yeah. It's a remind the school does it say remind school communication?
It does, and you got that join, the one for Culinary Arts 1920?
I got multiple emails.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Because it'll be on your phone. It'll be like a text message. Well, let me just tell you how you join, and you can just do it on your own. You send a text to 81010.
Yeah. And then
it'll ask you.
493CAE.
Yep, and that's your class code that you put in, and that should, and you'll be able to
do that now.
You're doing it now. Okay, then I will see that on there, and then I will admit you, and you'll be in. Okay.
Okay.
Fantastic. All right. Let's see. And I got your email, so that was. I think those were the things that I needed to know from you. So good. All right, Kevin. You think of anything else that you need to know?
What's happened to the event of a denial of service attack on Moodle?
Beg your pardon?
What happens if we go under a denial of service attack? Like someone is trying to disrupt the system.
Well, let's just worry about things that we need to worry about right now, and if everything's just great and we're communicating just fine, so let's just focus on schoolwork and not get ahead of ourselves. Okay, Kevin?
Okay.
Okay. All right. Anybody else got anything they need to talk about?
Would you send a Moodle that I have to do?